Good morning, students. Let us start now. Uh, in last lecture, we have discussed about steps of programming. I have given demonstration of how to compile the program, how to run the program, and the last program we have discussed is to accept strings and just 1 minute. In last program, we have discussed how to accept two arguments from command line argument and how to join them. The string concatenation program we have discussed. Now, uh, we are going to discuss. Now we are going to discuss next part of C# programming. That is nothing but number of different kinds of operators are those are used in C# programming. So next topic we are going to start is operators in C#. Okay. So here with we are starting with the introduction of different types of operators. Then we have to discuss each operator and its working, and finally we will go for programming. So I am sharing a PPT with all of you. Is it visible to all of you? Okay. So here it's C# operators. C# provides fixed set of operators whose meaning is defined for predefined types. So what is meaning is if you are using a plus, so what is use of plus sign is already predefined in C#, so you don't need to write code for it. Now some operators can be used in multiple ways. For example, plus. Now plus is one operator. It can be used as addition of two numbers, as well as it can be used as a concatenation of two strings. So in last program we have already used this plus sign to join two different strings. So how exactly it works as addition operator, at the same time concatenation operator, that we will discuss at the time of program. Some operators can be overloaded in our class for different purpose. So we can use plus. Operator overloading already you have learned in C++ or Java, but in C# also we can use ready-made operators. Those can be used. Those can be used for different kinds of purpose. For example, in general way, plus is used for joining or addition, but you can use plus for different kind of working nature. That is also possible, and this concept is called as operator overloading. That comes under polymorphism. Now let's go towards types of operators. Some new members are added. Okay. Now basically there are different types of operators. First type is arithmetic operators. Now these are used for arithmetic calculations, plus, minus, multiplication, division, mod, and so on. Again, there are two subtypes of arithmetic operators. One is unary operator and second is a binary operator. Now, unary means what? Operator that works on only one operand. Whereas binary means what? Operator that works on two operands. So unary, one operand is required. Binary, two operands are required. I hope all of you know what is meaning of operators and operand. Okay. So a, let us, I will give simple example. A plus B. Now A and B are the operands and plus is operator. So in this case, it is a binary. In the same way, there are some only operators that requires only one operand. For example, minus 5. Now 5 is operand and minus is unary operator, which indicates negation of the value. Now, second type of operators is relational, or you can say comparison operators, or same operators can be used inside conditional statements. That's why they are also known as the conditional operators. So relational, that shows relationship between two operands, or comparison, that compares two different values, or conditional, it can be used in the conditional statements that returns either true or false, and that's why it is they are also known as the conditional operators. So already you are using conditional operators from C and Java languages. Same operators are available here. Almost meaning is also same. For example, double equal to. Now, double equal to is used for equality comparison. Hmm. Next is assignment operators. Assignment means what? Operator which assigns value to the variable. So A is equal to 10. Now, when you're using single equal to, it works as assignment operator. What it does, it copies right side value to the left side variable. Then shift operator. Shift operators are used for copying values from one variable to another variable. Bitwise operators or Boolean operators. Now, bitwise operators means what? Those are using in the form of true and false only. Okay. For example, and, or, not. Now, these are known as the Boolean operators. Okay. So, when you're using A and B, now final output is either true or false. So, all of you are already using and, or, not like operators. They are known as Boolean operators that returns only true or false. So, they are also used in composite conditions. When there is only one condition, then we can use it directly. But if there are multiple conditions, then we need to join these two conditions by using and, or like operators. Hmm. I hope all those things are clear to you. Let us move to the next part. Now let us start with the first type of operator, arithmetic operators. Again, out of which first part is unary operators. I already explained this part. What is meaning of unary operator? These operators uses only one operand, and following are unary operators in C sharp. First one is a plus. It indicates positive value, plus x. Now this is in generally it is not used. When you are saying only x, it is assumed that it is positive value of x. But second one, now it is required to use only minus, which indicates negative value of something. So when you're saying minus x, original value of x will be written in negative part. Third operator is not. Okay, now this is a symbol. It indicates reverse of this. If x is true, it will return false. If x is false, it will return true. So exact negative value of existing operand will be returned. Okay, this is known as a complement. Fourth one, complement operator. So when we need to use complement of value, we are using tilde and that value, or tilde that variable name. Now, how to use this bitwise complement operator, that we will discuss in the program. Next is plus plus. Now these two are most widely used. Plus plus. So you can use it for increment by 1. So when you're saying x plus plus, value of x will be incremented by 1. You can use it in two ways: prefix notation and postfix notation. Look at here. Plus plus x is a prefix notation, and x plus plus is a postfix notation. In both the cases, value of x will be increased by 1. But this operation also returns a value. And here it is a difference between prefix and postfix. In prefix, value of x will be increased by 1 and new value will be returned. Okay. And in this case, what happens in postfix? Value of x will be increased by 1 and old value will be returned. So this is difference between prefix and postfix notation. In the same way, there is one more operator called as minus minus. It is known as a decrement operator. So it is also used in prefix and postfix notations. Minus minus x is a prefix notation. X minus minus is a postfix notation. Another operators are also there that is used for typecasting. So it is used for conversion of one type of variable to another type. For example, you can convert character to integer or integer to character, or in the same way, you can typecast a one type of object into another type of object. So here I'm just giving one example, typecast. In bracket, I'm writing T and X. So X will be converted into the type of T, provided this facility should be available in the class called as T. Now, this typecasting operator, these are human, or you can say user defined operators. Those has to be written in the form of class by using proper methods, especially by using proper constructors. Such kind of typecasting is possible. So, in some books it is given as the operator, in some books it is not given. So first, except type, all are the operators, but sometimes we can also consider typecasting is as an operator. Okay. Now let us look at binary operators used in C sharp. In binary operators, these operators are used along with two operands, and plus, minus, multiplication, division, and percent, or you can call it as a mod. These are operators available. They are used for addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and modulus purpose. I'm giving examples. For addition, you can use x plus y. For subtraction, you can use x minus y. For multiplication, you can use x star y. For division, you can use x divided by y. And for mod, you can use x percent y. So these are simple examples of using binary operators. Let us go for next type of operator, that is relational operator, or you can say comparison operators. Now I'm just giving list of the operators. All operators returns either true or false values. Just look at them. This is less than. If x is less than y, it will return true. Otherwise, it will return false. In the same way, there is called known as greater than. Similarly, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to x double equal to y, and not equal to, not symbol followed by equal to operator, not equal to x, not equal to y. Let us go for the next type of operators, assignment operators. These operators are used to assign value to variable. So at right hand side there will be value, and at left hand side there will be variable. So value from right hand side will be assigned to the variable at left hand side. Okay. So first one is equal to, it assigns value of y to x, x is equal to y, plus equal to, what will happen? You look at the example, x plus is equal to y. So its meaning is x is equal to x plus y. So it is also called as addition assignment. It will add x into y, and then its outcome will be assigned to x. Sub, Subtract assignment, x minus equal to y. Multiplication assignment, x star equal to y. Division assignment, x divided by or equal to y. Mod assignment, x percent equal to y. Shift operators used as a directives or transfer. It copies value to the specified target. There are two shift operators in C sharp: left assignment and addition assignment or right assignment. In this case, what will happen? Value of y will be shifted towards x. In this case, value of x will be shifted towards y. Last part, that is bitwise or Boolean operators. Only two operators are used in this case. So these operators used to join two conditions and forms a single condition. Final output will be in the form of either true or false. So double ampersand, it is known as the logical AND operator. X double ampersand y, it is, while reading you should read like this, x and y. And double pipeline operator, that is called as logical OR. While reading you can read like this, x or y. Now, working of and or is already known to you, so I'm not giving more stress on it. How can you get the truth table? Already you have learned. If value of uh, x is true and value of y will be true, then and will return true. In all other cases, it will return false. Exactly opposite to and or will return true when either x or y is true. If when anyone is true, it will return true. If both are false, then only it will return false. Okay, so this is theoretical part of operators. I am providing it's a PDF file on Google Classroom. Let us move to the practical part, how to write program for this. Okay, so here I have written one program in the form of slide itself, and here we are going to use some arithmetic operators. Okay, so before starting to this program, you can write simple program, accept two variables in from command and arguments and display their addition. So instead of discussing this program directly, we will go for program. Okay, I hope all of you have seen all slides properly. Please respond. सगळ्यांना सगळे ऑपरेटर समजलेत का? जर समजले असतील तर आपण प्रोग्रामिंगला जाऊया. Now I am going to write the program in Notepad simply, just like previous demo, where we will accept two arguments from command and argument, and we will perform their addition. Okay, so let us go. Again, I will share the screen. I hope all of you can see my screen. Now, this was the previous program where we have used a plus operator as concatenation of two strings. Okay, now what we are expected is now we are going to use addition operator. Let us modify the program. Simple addition. Now here, what I will do, I will remove all arguments. First program will be simple addition with fixed values. So I'm not accepting any argument here. So I will just declare int x is equal to 10 semicolon, int y is equal to 20 semicolon, and I will just declare int z. Now what I will do is z is equal to x plus y, and finally we will display value of z. Console dot write line, what to display, addition colon, and then I will just use plus z. Okay, see, we will discuss this program later in detail. For the time being, let me compile, run the program, and then again I will come back to explain you. Now here In two different way we are using plus. Purposefully I'm giving this program. Here plus is used and here also we are using plus. But the purpose of plus here and purpose of plus in this line, they are totally different. Okay. So I will save the program, save as. I will use the same name as class, simple addition. Simple addition dot cs. Now just remove the text and make it star and save it. Now to compile the program, go to the start, all programs, Visual Studio command prompt is here. If it is not available, you can go to the Visual Studio tools and find it out. F, go to the directory, cd. Okay. Okay. So at left side, we are having program. At right side, we are having Visual Studio command prompt. Now here, I will check all the files by using dir command. Here you can find simple addition.cs file. Now to compile that file, use csc simple addition.cs. Compilation is successful. No problem with the compilation. Now you can run the program just by typing simple addition. Okay, so you will directly get the output. Addition is 30. Okay, now program is running successfully. Come back to the program now. Now I will explain in short what we are doing here. In main, I'm just creating three different variables. First two variables are having values 10 and 20 respectively. And Z is only declared, only defined without any value. And then what I'm doing is Z is equal to X plus Y. Now let us concentrate on this part, X plus Y. Now what happens? What is X? X is integer. What is Y? Y is also integer. So when plus operator is used with two integers, it will work as addition operator. Okay. When, I will repeat again, when plus is used with two numerical operands, it will work as binary addition operator, and therefore it will perform arithmetic operations on x and y. 10 and 20 will be added and outcome 30 will be placed in z. Okay. Now next part, console.writeLine. It is used to display line on screen, and what we are displaying, what we need to display, it should be in the form of string. But here what I'm doing, I'm using in double quotes addition colon. So it is a string, then plus operator, and then z operand. Okay, z variable. Now again plus is used here, but out of these two operands, one is string and one is integer. So when any one operand of plus is string, it will work as a concatenation operator. So now this is very clear. When any one operand of plus is non-numeric, or you can say string or character, it will work as concatenation operator. When both the operands are numeric, then it will work as binary addition operator. Is it clear to all of you? Okay, so let us stop here uh, about this program. Now, I will also use some more operators. Let us modify the program. I will use again save as. Instead of using simple addition, what I will do is arithmetic operations. Okay, I will copy the same, save. I will change the class name also, arithmetic operations. And now, instead of performing additions here, what I will do is, I will write like this, x plus y. Now the problem is that now we have to think about priority. See, now we are using plus operator two times, here once and again here once. Now what will happen in this case? X is integer, y is integer, so it should work as binary addition, and in this case it should work as concatenation operator. But in this case, priority of operators are same because same operator we are using. So what will happen, if it will start from left hand side, what will happen? First it will concatenate like this, addition 10, and then entire output is a string, and then this string will concatenate with y, so it will be addition 1020. Okay, so to avoid it, what we can do is we can simply put bracket here. So what indicates now? First perform this x plus y, whatever outcome you will get, you have to put it here. Similarly, now I will copy this line and use other operators. Instead of using plus, I will put it minus here, multiplication and division. And now let us save the program, compile and run again. CSC arithmetic operations dot cs. Program is compiled properly. Now to run the program, just use program name. Here it is. Addition is 30. Addition, every time I'm using addition, I will just modify it. Now here what we have to write is subtraction, or you can just use shortcut subtraction. Here what you can write? You can write multiplication, or you can, in short also you can write multi. And finally what you can do is division. Hmm? Again we need to save and compile the program. Now look at the outcome. Addition is 30, subtraction is minus 10, multiplication is 200, division is 0. Now in case of division, you can look at, it should be 0.5, but both are integers. X is also integer, y is also integer, so it will return answer in the form of integers. So 0.5 will be, zero point 0.5 will be ignored and only 0 will be given as output. So that part we will discuss in detail again later on. Here you can add mod also, and let us check again what outcome will be there. What I will do here, I will, instead of using, I will use x% 2. Okay, so it will return a remainder. Mod means remainder. It will divide x by 2, or let us continue with y. It will divide x by y, and whatever remainder is there, it will be returned. So expected is a remainder. So I will recompile the program. Instead of saying division here, I will write, instead of writing mod, I will say remainder. Save. Again, recompile the program. Check the outcome. See. So remainder is 10 as it is. Okay, now this is simple demonstration of how can use different binary arithmetic operators in the program. I am sharing all these typed programs on Google Classroom. You can later on see them and type the programs accordingly. So in this lecture, we have discussed different types of operators used in C Sharp. I have explained each type in detail along with example. Then we have discussed how to use unary operators and binary operators theoretically. Then I have given a practical demonstration of using simple addition and concatenation operator together. And then we have written one simple program in which we are using fixed values for x and y variables. And we are doing all types of binary operators operations available in C Sharp. And I have displayed outcome of every operation on screen. I have given demonstration of compilation of the program as well as outcome of the problems. Now, if you have any difficulty, you can ask. जर तुम्हाला काय प्रॉब्लेम असेल, जर काय कळलेलं नसेल तर तुम्ही मला विचारू शकता. Is it clear to all of you? Okay, Pratik is saying yes. Simran, yes. Okay. So to make it very simple, I have explained every operator in the form of slideshows. And then practically, I have shown how to use binary operators in C Sharp programs along with execution of programs. So I hope all of you are now able to use operators in C Sharp programs. But instead of going a large programs initially, I will recommend first use simple programs and by using operators, and then we will move towards complicated programs. Hmm? So for this video lecture, we will stop here by using simple arithmetic operations. But from tomorrow, again, we are having video lecture on the same point. At that time, we will discuss how to use plus operator with integer values, how to convert string to integer, or how to convert string to integer to string again, how to use addition from command line arguments, how to accept arguments and then perform addition or any binary operation. We will also discuss how to use prefix and postfix notations by using simple programs. Okay, so let us stop for today. I hope all of you have enjoyed this session and you will do it practically. If you have any queries, you can revert to me. Thank you. Thank you very much.